ladies.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Is it today lady show?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just want to welcome you and want to say thank you for watching our stream and always viewing it afterwards. And Sophia and Yolandi, welcome. How are you guys?
Very good, thanks. Good and happy.
That's good. So we had a week of holiday, but our holiday is ending today. But luckily the students are still on holiday for another week. So yeah. But after that, it is the new year for school, new students. We can't even meet them in person. We have to meet them on Zoom, which is quite sad because it's always nice to meet your students in person, but because the schools are still closed and we're still doing school online. Yes, we have to know our students on Zoom. You, Yolandi, you didn't have a break now, did you?
No, I didn't have holiday. Our school only takes public holidays as holiday. They don't do summer holiday or December holiday like most other schools.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I wasn't fortunate to have a little rest. So
okay, that's good. Well, we're not going to make it a long stream today because, like we've said previously, we can't go anywhere. We can't go visit places at the moment. I mean, we're on a curfew. We have to be indoors at 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, and to be fair to everybody, it's not safe going to places at the moment. So we might just stay at home. So I just thought that we could talk about it is a landmark in Phnom Penh in any case. So it's not something that we're just going to talk about. This place we're going to talk about today is it's a landmark in Phnom Penh. But before we do that, please like and subscribe and ring the bell.
Boom, boom.
So that so that you can know when we are streaming our videos. But let's get going, girls. So today we're going to talk about. Well, we're going to start with one market in Phnom Penh. There is quite a few markets in Phnom Penh. If I say a few, I think it's more than my fingers on my hands. But the big markets in Phnom Penh is Central Market, Russian Market, and Urishi Market, which is very, the travelers, they love these markets because they're big and there's a lot to see. But today we're going to look at Central Market in Phnom Penh. And Central Market is actually a landmark in Cambodia because of the history of the market. So the Central Market of Phnom Penh is a large market constructed in 1937. So this is a very old market and to this day it's still being used. In the shape of a dome with 4 arms branching out into vast hallways with countless stalls of goods. It is located in the Cambodian capital city of Phnom Penh, and Phnom Penh is where we stay. So Central Market is just down the road from us, but it is a very, very big market. I mean, the times that we did go to the market, there is so much to see. There is so many stores. There's clothing, there's food, there's flowers, there's anything and everything you want. There you can stop your house from the Central Market. The only thing you can't buy there is fridges and couches, but crockery and utensils. You can even stock up on some grocery items from the market. So there's literally anything and everything in that market.
yes, you can find all the small appliances there as well. It's
Yeah.
just your big electronic appliances and big furniture that you won't be able to find there. But there around the market, there's furniture shops and big appliance stores like just across the road from that market as well. So you can literally find anything you want in the area of the market.
Yes, yes. So the unique, stunning orchard colored Art Deco Central Market is definitely Phnom Penh landmark. The structure was built in 1937 in Art Deco style on an area that was until 1935 a lake, collecting the runoff during the rainy season. So where Central Market is built, it was actually a lake. In 1935, before they started building the Central Market, it was actually still a lake. And it collected the runoff water from the raining seasons that collected in that lake in the capital of Phnom Penh. Prior to the construction, Phnom Penh was limited to the area between the riverside and Norodom Boulevard. At the western side of Norodom were some wooden farmer houses belonging to Khmer who lived from rice cultivation in the lakes. So dredging started in 1935 and opened the area up for excavation. So expansion, sorry. So when they decided they're going to build Central Market, they had to drain the lake to open that area for expansion, and that's when they started building Central Market. The market was built by the French when Cambodia was under colonial rule. Um, so when the French still ruled Cambodia, that's when they started building this market. When it first opened in 1937, it was said to be the biggest market in Asia, and today it still operates as a market. From 2009 to 2011, it was renovated and it was funded by the French Development Agency. So they renovated the market because it's such an old market. They had to renovate the market, obviously to keep it safe, because there is so many people in the market that it have to be a safe place. So the unique Art Deco building is a Phnom Penh landmark. Prior to 1935, the area was a lake, like we discovered previously, and that received runoff during the rainy seasons. Like I said, when it was raining, all the runoff water was collected in this lake because when it rains in Phnom Penh, it can be quite, especially when it rains a lot. The roads, there is places where the water is like you walk sometimes up to your knees into the water. So because of the storm drains not being very big, the water starts gathering in the streets and everything. And that lake used to help with that, but because of then draining the lake and building the central market, there's no way for the water to go anymore. So can't be gathered there, so it gathers in the streets. So the lake was drained and the market begins its construction in 1935 and completed in 1937. Wet season flooding in the area around the market is vertical evidence of the existence of the old lake.
Yes.
So, like I say, Central Market is a landmark. It's a very old market, and it used to be the biggest market in Asia. So,
Yes.
Supriya,
Yeah.
so I know your family has also
Shop.
a shop in the market, in one of the markets. It's not in Central Market. So do
Yeah.
you purchase your stock from Central Market, or is there another place where you purchase your stock from, or another market?
Oh no, we don't buy it from there because
Mhm.
Central Market is not the uh, we call a wholesale market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we don't purchase it from there,
Okay.
and
So,
yeah, it
yeah.
just
So,
it just
so
that market that like you said that it's combination a lot of stuffs that people can go to buy, and especially it's not too far to
yes.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think what's nice about Central Market is quite central.
yeah,
So there's a lot of people. Yes, there's a lot of people that go to Central Market, and also I think um, for the local people of Cambodia, it is a cheaper, it's a more affordable way of purchasing what they need, like food and vegetables and even clothing. I mean, they get it at a more affordable price at the markets than in the shops,
Mm.
especially the malls and the bigger shop chains that is in Cambodia. Is
yeah,
not as cheap as when you go to the market. But when we go to the market,
Yes, it's expensive.
it is expensive. And at the end of the day, you can understand. I mean, for to overcharge the locals, they will not be able to afford to go and buy at the
Mm.
markets. That's why they get things cheaper. I mean, and they also might try and make a living. So at the end of the day, the people that have shops at the markets, that's their livelihood. That is their money they earn to live with, because they self-sustain themselves having little shops in the market, and it is quite crowded because there is literally hundreds of shops in Central Market. There's hundreds
Mm.
of shops, and they on top of each other. They like little stalls, and they put as much things as they can in those little stalls that they rent from Central Market. So
Mm.
yes, like I say, you can purchase anything there.
I have to say, what I've noticed, especially about Central Market, is that if you are a foreigner, they see you as a tourist, and therefore they overcharge like extremely like high prices. Like some people that has shops at Central Market will try and take a chance. So you'll go there and they'll think you're a tourist, and they'll ask like say $20 for something small like a souvenir, and then when you go three shops down, they'll ask you $15 for exactly the same thing. But if you are Cambodian, you will pay around $5 for that product. And what I've noticed, because we have all been in Cambodia so long, when you pick up some of the Cambodian language, when you pick up Khmer language, and you are able to speak a little bit of Khmer in front of the owners of from the stall in Central Market, they tend to give you a lot more discount because they realize that you have been living among them for such a long time. So they
Yes.
still see you as a foreigner, but they see you as more of a local foreigner in the sense of you're not a tourist visiting there to see the culture. You actually stay there and work there.
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's true. And the thing is, like I say, it even for us, it is sometimes nice to go to the market to go and find something. And what I've also noticed of Cambodia is when they put their shops, they like put the same things together. So if it's cell phone shops, there's a lot of cell phone shops next to each other. If it's furniture, there's a whole lot of furniture shops next to each other. They put the same things together. So in our mind, if you look in a country like where we come from, they don't do that because it's competition.
Mm.
But
yeah,
here it's not. They like sort of help each other. But if they don't have it, they will go to the next shop next to them, or down further on
Mm.
to find what you need, or you can go and get it into one of those shops. You don't have to, if you want something specific, you don't have to go from this end of Phnom Penh to the other end of Phnom Penh, or to another spot in Phnom Penh to find one specific thing. They're
Mm.
all there next to each other, and that's the same with the market. The market is actually the same.
Mm.
They've arranged it so that A lot of the things that's the same, the shops that sells the same things are sort of next to each other, and then clothing, jewelry, food, and flowers, everything is combined next to each other, which makes things actually easy for you to find.
I think a big part of that is the fact that they compete on price of product for sale and not on the actual product. For example, if you go to the area where they sell nuts, for instance, like almonds or pistachio or cashew nuts,
Mhm.
um, especially for a foreigner, they'll see, okay, this is a foreigner, and they will say, okay, I charge you $20 per kilo. And the
Yes,
guy next door will hear that and say, no, sister, I give you $18. And
yes,
the one next door to that says, no, 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 no,
16.
it's not $18, it's $12. So you will end up buying for the price that they actually ask a foreigner and not a tourist, in the sense
yes,
of a local foreigner versus a tourist. And the one that makes the sale, even though they don't make as much money as they would have asking $20 for it, they still make the profit because it's still the asking price. So they start like it's healthy competition to see where the people actually buy.
yes,
When we bought our small little standing fan, it was a really good example of how the people from the shops in the same area compare with each other, because where we live there's like a street with a old market. It's called Savan 7 Makara market. So it's just basically a long street, and then the houses have a double story, so the bottom is all shops and the top is all the houses. So all of them sell mostly the same things, electronics. It's mostly hardware electronics stores. And we walked down the street and we went to the first guy and he's like $12 for the fan. And we were like, okay, wait, this is a little bit expensive, because what we've heard is that it's around between $8 and $9 for the small fan. And we just walked down the road a little bit and asked, okay, what is the price? And they said $10. And someone else that was across the road from there heard that and they were shouting, sister, come, I give you $8. I give you $8. So you pay the actual price, what the price that they're asking. And then when the people giving you a higher price hears that, they say, okay, no, no, I'll give you $8 as well. So then it's about who's the friendliest and who you know and who's comfortable with you, because then you have to like make the hard choice and decide, okay, I'm going to go to that one. So what we usually do is we choose the one that offered the best price first,
yes,
because they were the one that didn't try to rip us off, if you can say it like that, by making more money. And it works. And if you have a shop in the market that you support, you get to know the people. So, like when we go to Tulkork Market, before we bought vegetables from Sophia's store in Kandal Market, we went to Tulkork Market to get vegetables. That's just near us, and we always went to the same girl, and we always got great products from her. But she knew us, so she knew if we came to her, she like. Okay, in the beginning, she charged $5 for the amounts, and then later it became $3. Now for the same amount we pay $2.50, which is half of the price,
yeah,
but it's it's
yeah. I
because we
think
are we are local.
yes, and I think if you keep on going back to the same place where you purchase your stuff, or the same store or shop, they eventually, like you say, they eventually start to know you and know that you're a regular, and then they'll obviously give you a better price.
Yes,
Hmm.
the
So,
better price for customer.
yeah. So this is Central Market in the 1960s. It was built in 1935 and finished in 1937. But this is what it looked like in the 1960s. And
19.
this is from the top. And there you can see there is the full, the dome with
Legs coming out.
the four wings that they've built it with. And it's actually a very huge market. It's really,
It
really.
looks like a little drone that landed in the
I,
middle of
I,
a park.
I still get lost in that place because the entrances, when you're in the middle, and you look at the entrances, they all look exactly the same. And then I think
Yes.
I saw something, but I was there previously, but I can't remember where. Where did I see it? Is it that entrance, that one, or that one, or that one? Always get lost. Always.
With Central Market, like the middle part of the market, the round area of the market
Yeah,
is
there's
all like jewelry and glasses. Literally,
yeah,
it's
jewelry,
all jewelry and
watches,
glasses.
glasses. They even test your eyes there.
Yeah, so like at every entrance, it's like a jewelry shop on your right and a spectacles or optic shop on your left at every entrance. So like if you don't recognize the face of the person where you were before, it's so difficult to find you. But if they have met you before and they see you, they will call you and say, "Sister, here I am, come here." So they actually recognize you if you previously bought from them as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, Central Market today is this is what it looks like today. It's actually beautiful, especially at night. Especially at night and all the lights are on. It's actually really really beautiful. But I mean, if you look at this picture, this is an example. There is the dome with the four wings, and as you can see, this whole block right around is still shops away from the market because there's a roof
Mm.
there and a roof there, and then as you go in these passages, there's a shop upon shop upon shop. You go inside, there is just shops. Right into these wings is shops. Right around is
Ah,
shops.
shop,
On the outside is shops. It's
shop.
just amazing how many shops there is in that central market. That's why. Can you understand why I get lost? It's huge.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
This is the color what the market is. And it's been like this for since 2011, 2009 to 2011. They painted, renovated it, and they painted it this color, which is really beautiful. This is the inside. This is the inside, and this is in the middle where they have all the jewelry counters. You can buy anything. When it comes to jewelry, you can buy anything there. You can buy watches, you can buy beautiful jewelry, you can get your eyes tested. There is absolutely anything and everything in the mall. There you can see all the jewelry counters, and they've got beautiful jewelry. Stunning, stunning, stunning jewelry.
And if you think of the specific like accessory, for example, bangles or necklaces or earrings or rings or you name it, they've got it. Like
Yeah,
they've got they've got jewelry that you don't. I don't think you will find in your own country because all of their traditional jewelry is made into a more fancy jewelry to wear to occasions as well, and they sell literally from traditional to formal to informal, everything there.
yeah. Look, it's raining. Lovely outside. If you can
It's
see,
just so bad. It's too bad
yeah,
that the raining it's still hot.
yeah. If you look at this picture, this is one of the wings that comes off the dome itself, and it is just shop upon shop on both sides. There's a passage in the middle. You can walk on both sides, but as you walk in the middle, on both sides there's different little shops. And there, if you look at this one, sometimes these are in half. So there's a shop on this side and a shop on that side. Two different shops on both sides. So there is literally shops in the middle and shops on the outside if you walk on the outside of those stones. So it is just shops upon shops. This is also one of the wings with all the clothing shops. And then this is on the outside. The food stalls and the fish market is in one of the passages. It's not right inside the market. It's in one of the
It's
passages. And
between
then,
two of the legs, a
yes,
triangle between two of the
yes,
legs.
and then also on the outside of the market.
This photo is a really, the first photo is a really good example of the difference in product that is like, for instance, clothing. You can see there's formal wear, there's ties, there's shorts,
Traditional,
there's
yeah,
sleeping wear, children's wear, t-shirts. It's not like going into a store that's got let's look at Mr. Price for instance in South Africa. If you walk into Mr. Price, you've got the ladies wear, and in the front they'll have whatever is in season, and in the back whatever
yeah,
is not in season, and behind that the shoes. Where
yeah,
here it's not at all like that. They'll have the shirts together, the formal shirts together, but the rest is all like it's a variety everywhere. So it's not like it's one part with all the same clothes. It's just
yes,
mixed together. So you literally go in there and dig your way through until you find something that you like.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know if Divan is hinting for a Rolex watch or what, but he's just comment Rolex.
What is
And then also your fresh fruit and veg. I mean, you can't get fresher than at the market. There's no ways. You can't get fresher than at the market because they go and purchase their like Sophia said, at the wholesale market because she says central market's not a wholesale market. So they go to a wholesale market where they purchase their stock, but
yeah,
it is still as fresh as can be. I mean, if you go to the market and you purchase your vegetables and your fruit, there it is really, really fresh. And then flowers. Oh, they've got the most beautiful flowers at the market. It is just absolutely. These are the lotus flowers. Very, very a symbol in Cambodia is the lotus flowers. They use it to go to the temples with to pray, and I think you can eat the lotus flower as well, Sophia. Am I correct?
yeah, yeah.
You can eat it
We
as
can eat.
well.
We can eat
Yes,
the one
The
inside.
same.
Yeah, the stem.
yes.
But
I
it's
mean,
when it's young.
if you look at this lady, she takes the lotus flower and then she sort of folds the leaves like triangles. They fold the leaves in like triangles. If you look at this picture, yeah, she has folded those leaves. She folds each leaf in like triangles, and then they do arrangements like this.
Yeah,
And
the
it's just,
flowers is not open yet. So
yeah,
they
it's
pick
just,
the flowers when the bulb it's still closed, and
yeah,
then they cut it open and cut the leaf shorter and fold in what they want to make it like an authentic design
yeah,
Yeah,
for the flower.
yes, yes, yes. But it's stunning. It's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
And there also you can see these are also arrangements. You can go to the central market and go and purchase a flower arrangement for somebody.
yeah.
That is you don't just have to go there and buy a bunch of flowers. You can ask them to make arrangements for you. And if there's they have already made arrangements, flower arrangements, or you can ask them to do something special for you. But they are
Just
really, really spectacular. It's like just beautiful. I
In
mean, the
Cambodia, flowers is a very big respectful gift in the sense of when you visit a pagoda or when there's an engagement party or a wedding or a funeral, or if it's someone that's going through a hard time, or if you want to wish someone very wish luck upon them,
Valentine Day.
everything like there's a type of flower or a type of flower arrangement for literally everything in Cambodia.
yes,
So it's really amazing to see that like when they have a traditional festival or something, they will be dressed traditionally and they will offer the flowers at whatever ceremony is taking place, and they'll have like huge flower arrangements with these lotus flowers, sometimes so big that like the person carrying it is like not there. You can't see that person at all. You just see the two legs and this massive flower arrangement sticking
yeah,
out.
and I know I've seen when they have weddings and funerals, they make these huge flower arrangements that's on stands, which is absolutely beautiful, beautiful. So they're very into the flowers, and like I say, you can just go to the central market and go buy somebody a beautiful flower arrangement there. and the flowers are fresh. Like beautiful. Even the roses. I've seen the most beautiful roses at Central Market, and I think if my mother could just see it.
And for some reason, the flowers in Cambodia don't lose their scent even if they're dried out. We had a friend live with us, and she got a nice bouquet of flowers, and she dried it out, and we still have it in our living room as a dried flower arrangement. And it's still, you can still smell the sweetness of the flower, and it's been more than a year already. And the
Sure.
flowers, the dry arrangement looks beautiful. It's still got bright color. It smells, still smells good.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Yeah. No. So, like we say, anything you want, you can get at Central Market. Anything. The only thing you can't buy there is fridges, couches, but kettles, rice cookers, any electrical appliance you want, iron, anything.
Mm.
Fans, you can buy it there, but your big appliances you unfortunately can't buy there. But otherwise, you can actually just go to Central Market and do your shopping and go home.
Mm.
You'll find everything there you need. Yeah, but okay. So for next week, I don't know, girls, are you up for stream
Yeah.
again next week with just us?
Yes,
All
definitely.
right. Then I think next week we'll do Russian market. Russian market is a very popular market for tourists because you get
Yeah.
a lot of souvenirs that you can purchase from Russian market. You can purchase souvenirs from Central Market as well, but the variety is not as big as when you go to Russian market. That's the
Mm.
place to go if you ever visit Cambodia. That's the place to go and buy your souvenirs for when you go home is in the Russian market because there is loads clothing, handmade things, wooden carved things, anything and everything that is um,
Authentic to Cambodia.
authentic to Cambodia. You can purchase at the Russian market, which is really really very very nice. But and then after the Russian market, I think we can do Rishi market. I've never, I must confess, I've been in Cambodia 3 years almost, and I have never set foot in a Rishi market, but
I've been there. It's a
it
nightmare.
is just too packed.
If you
I
go
don't think,
there, you will lose.
yeah,
It's a nightmare. It's very
definitely,
there's a lot of arts and papers and stuff like that, but it's stationery. Oh, a lot of
Yeah,
stationery, but
they are not as
it's a
stationary.
nightmare. If you go in there, you have to trace your steps. You will get lost. I was
yeah,
there by myself. The first market I went to by myself, it was an absolute mess. I had to phone my school and say, listen, I'm lost in Central Market. And I literally took my Google Maps out and I pointed to the street and Google Maps showed me out of Odyssey Market. It was absolutely horrible.
yeah. I think as I can understand, it's a little bit more compact than Central Market or even
A
Russian
little
market.
bit. A
Even Russian
little
market,
bit.
and Russian market is a little bit more on top of each other than Central market. So that is why I have not.
Odyssey has no walkway space. Like the walking areas is very thin. You can only walk one person in the line. So if someone comes near you, you will get out of your way. They will pass you, and you will continue your journey to the shop.
Yeah. Divan says you will get way lost. Now,
Yes.
Divan, Yolandi already gave us a tip, and I think when we
Google Maps.
um, when we do that market, I think the three of us must go together so Sophia can get us out of there,
Oh,
or we'll do
no,
the
I lost. I used to
GPS.
lost.
Multiple levels of maze. Ivan says multiple levels of mazes. Yeah.
It literally
But,
looks like a cornfield maze, but from shops.
no, but I think I will have to just bite the bullet and go and visit that market because I want to. I really,
Yeah,
I truly want to.
we'll leave Ina in the middle of the market and then run outside, and she has to find her own way out.
It's okay. You already told your secret. Use the GPS. So don't worry. I'll get out there. Andre will just have to give me a budget. Just give me money and take the wallet.
And then don't forget to buy the small fan.
No, Sophia, I've got one. You bought me one. But in any case, so next week we are going to do Russian market. So I will put something together for us for the Russian market. Should be interesting. And like I say, it is the market to go to when you are visiting Cambodia and you want to buy souvenirs. Loads of it. Anything and everything you can think of, from, like I said, from clothing, jewelry, handmade things, and then also wood carved things. Beautifully, beautifully wood carved things, masks and things like that that they use here. So we'll do Russian market next week, and then we will do the Rishi market after that. And then I think for the fourth week for marketing Phnom Penh, I think we'll put something together to show you a little bit of the smaller markets. We're not going to do each one individually. There's too many of them, but just put a few things together to show you the individual markets, and also about the night market
Yes.
on the riverside. There's a night
And,
market.
and we
Yeah.
can maybe we can do Kandal Rivers night market, Tultompong market, and Zulkot market.
Yeah, and then just add a few photos of the different smaller markets that is in Phnom Penh. Like I said, there is so many. So, but otherwise, from my side, I think that's all, ladies. Anything from your side?
Yes. Not at all. Just keep safe, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Thank you for watching.
before we go, please like and subscribe. If you haven't watched us while we were on live stream, you can watch us later on YouTube or on
Facebook.
Facebook. And you can, if there's anything you want us to discuss, you can email us on motlymix2020@gmail.com. We also have our Instagram. Like I previously said, Yolanda is the Instagram lady. So if there's any questions, you're welcome to ask her, and she will get back to you. And then also our Facebook page. You can follow us on Facebook as well. But otherwise, I think that's all from us today. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it, and hope to see you all next week, continuing our journey through the markets of Cambodia or Phnom Penh as such. Because, like I said, we can't go anywhere, and we stuck at home. We are literally stuck at home. We like, I won't say paranoid. Maybe I'm a little bit paranoid, because if I don't have to go out of my door, I don't go out of my door.
We're
So
not paranoid. We're cautious.
yes, I think let's stick to cautious. We're just cautious because we don't want to get the virus and then give it to somebody else. We stay in apartments, so there's a lot of people staying in the same apartments that we are, and being exposed to the virus makes a bigger risk for the other people that stays in our apartment buildings. So we don't want to take that risk. So, like I say, I will rather stay home. It gets to you sometimes, but I think we'll just have to keep ourselves busy. And luckily, school will start next week. I am going to be busy, so it won't be a problem for me. But otherwise, I think that's all from us today. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next Sunday. Bye bye,
Bye,
girls.
guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.